What's up, guys? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. It is Valentine's Day, February 14th. We got a cool little video we're going to talk about here, guys. Focused on Virgin Galactic Space, SPCE, monster move over the last 2 months now. This thing has been unreal. The question now is this the next Tesla? SPCE is showing a lot of similarity to Tesla. If you follow my channel for a while, you know that I was trading Tesla probably, a lot through the month of January. And then I got completely run over shorting Tesla on this day, which turned out to be my worst day in years. And then I came back and shorted Tesla on this day as a swing trade and covered it on this big sell-off. And that then turned into one of my biggest days in the last couple of years. So we were all over the Tesla long. I shorted it a day too early. I paid for it, but then came back with a grand slam short on Tesla. I'm seeing a lot of similarities in space. Okay, seeing a lot of similarities in space. I traded SPCE long today, caught a home run trade long in the morning, made over like $9,000 on the trade, but sounds great. I gave it all back. I gave it all back, guys. I over traded today. I traded too many things. I maybe was forcing some trades, and I just started losing. I would, lose $2,000 here, lose 1,800 here, lose another $2,000 there. It's just like I was just churning myself to death, and I ended up finishing the day up only a few $100. So really, really disappointed in that. I got shaken out of a trade that ended up actually doing exactly what I thought it was going to do, and had that not happened, I would have finished the day with a 5-figure day. But I ended up getting shaken out of it. There really, wasn't really much I can do about it. But I'm going to go over the trades with you. Let's talk about space and Tesla first, and why I'm saying why this video I'm asking is SPCE the next Tesla. Let's see some of the similarities. Space in 1 month's time. Okay, we'll talk about 1 month from 14 to 28. That's 1 month. 100% gain in 1 month's time. Tesla. Let's talk about 1 month. Okay, 1 month from 400 to 800. 100% gain in 1 month. Let's go back to SPCE. This move has been going on for 2 months. Okay, second week of December, second week of February. Let's go to Tesla. When Tesla started its move, it was the beginning of December. Okay, 2 month squeeze move. Go back to SPCE. SPCE getting parabolic. Tesla became parabolic. SPCE, heaviest volume the stock has ever traded when it got parabolic. Tesla, heaviest volume the stock's ever traded when it got parabolic. What's next to happen for SPCE? You're starting to see now a lot of these similarities between these two stocks. As I go to SPCE after market, we're trading higher. Okay, we're trading higher after the close. If SPCE gives us a big gap up on Tuesday, markets closed on Monday, don't forget that. If we get a big gap up on Tuesday from SPCE, that could be the same type of exhaustion gap like we saw on Tesla. Okay, I have not even thought about shorting space. I don't even know if I could have if I tried to today. I don't even know if I would assume it's hard to borrow, but I didn't even check. But if we do get a big gap up, let's say to like $31 on Tuesday, I will try to get a locate to get some shares short and look for an exhaustion gap up and an opportunity for me to get short the stock. I'm pointing all these things out to you because when I say, is this the next Tesla, I just see a lot of similarities from Tesla as I did space. Another one, a double top, a previous double top all-time high. When we broke through it, that's when the stock got parabolic. Okay, well, let's go back to Tesla. Tesla had a double top at all-time highs. Once we broke through it, that's when the stock got parabolic. Very, very similar things taking place on SPCE as we saw in Tesla. Now, luckily, okay, unlike in Tesla, when I actually got ran over short this day, SPCE, I was smart and I actually was long on this day. All right, and made just like $9,200 I made in my long on this in the morning. It was a real nice trade. I'll cover it with you, but I want to talk about this, the similarities between space and Tesla first, and let you guys know that if we get a gap up on Tuesday, a big gap up, I'm not talking like a 30-cent or 40-cent gap up. I'm talking like if space gaps up $1.50 or $2 a share, that would be a possible exhaustion gap. And I would look for space to put in a candle similar to what Tesla put in the day it had its exhaustion gap up, this doji candle, and then you got the big pullback the following day. That's the exact same action that I will look for in SPCE if we get the exhaustion gap up. Okay? So if we get a gap up to, let's say, like $31, something like that, I'd look for a doji candle to get put in there. I look to get short and look for a pullback into the $26 to $28 area. Now, the reason why space has been going so crazy lately is that the new government budget allocates a nice increase in spending to space exploration, and SPCE is really, really, really rocketing on that kind of news. There's a lot more excitement about space exploration and space travel, and you have everything that's going on with SpaceX, with Tesla. I didn't even think about that. You want to talk about similarities? Well, you've got, I know Tesla is not in the space business, but Elon Musk with SpaceX, and then you got SPCE here. A lot of similarities. Owned by two multi-billionaires, okay? A lot of similarities between Tesla and SPCE. So I found it pretty intriguing. It's something that I'm paying attention to. I wanted to share it with you guys. Now let's get into my trade on SPCE in the morning, which was the good one. Here we go. There's actually a really good lesson in here about daily chart and about resistance levels and how to know when a stock is not afraid of a resistance level. Coming into the day today, SPCE was one of the top stocks on my watch list. And the game plan today, if there's anybody that's watching this video that's part of the TGD group, you guys were in chat today, comment below, talk about what we discussed in the morning game plan. In the morning pre-market, my game plan with SPCE was if we get above 24.50, I think we put in a real wide range extension candle on the daily, the biggest range that we've ever had on SPCE. SPCE up to this point, the range has been pretty small. The stock's really never moved more than $2 in a single day. Now, it's not that that's that small. The stock's not that expensive. But it's been pretty consistent during this move, the range of the candles. And you can see today, by far, the biggest range candle we've had since SPCE started trading in the public markets. Okay, so coming into the day today, the reason why I felt that way is you see this resistance here around 24.50. Okay, these last two candles where we closed with tails away from that level, showing you that there's some selling pressure up there, that maybe the stock was running out of steam on the daily chart, and traders were maybe coming in looking to try to get short and try to get a little bit of a pullback on SPCE. But the thing that you also have to take into consideration is look at how nice this volume is as the stock was pushing to new highs. Again, remember the double top that we talked about, okay? 2 days here, we could not get through that $20 level, and 2 days here, we could not get through that $20 level. But as soon as we broke through it, you can see volume started to steadily increase as the stock extended from that level. This increase in volume and this steady volume tells you the stock has momentum, all right? These tails up here at 24.50 show you that there's some profit taking and some selling pressure stepping in at 24.50, all right? So when we came into the day today, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got that volume after the break through that double top all-time high. Stock's got momentum. Let's go intraday. Here's that resistance level at 24.50. Okay, we were unable to get through this 24.50 area, and on both days we sold off into the closing bell, showing you that that resistance area was just too strong. Stock was not able to break through it, and we pulled in going into the close. That's what that tells me. But we gapped up today. Okay, we gapped up today right back into the teeth of this resistance level. That tells me that this stock is not shying away from the 24.50 resistance level. Not only do we, let me zoom in a little bit close so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, this gap up today tells me we're not scared of this resistance level, but more so, this consolidation right beneath that resistance tells me the stock's not scared of that resistance level. If the stock was scared of this resistance level, it would run away from it. What do I mean by run away from it? The stock would have done this. Okay, that is what the stock would have done, okay, if it was scared of that resistance level. But that's telling me you're seeing buying pressure still stepping up right back into the teeth of this resistance level after it's sold off 2 consecutive days going into the close. So once we come in here and we establish an initial morning high and we broke through the initial morning high with a nice increase in volume, I'm saying to myself, man, I love this setup because the initial morning high lines up perfectly with this previous resistance, which also happens to be the prior all-time high. All right. So as we zoom in, we see the initial morning high gets broken to the upside with an increase in volume. And what else do we have? A trade line VWAP crossover happening right at that initial morning high. So on that little pullback, you can see decreasing volume after we got the increase in volume on the break through the high, decreasing volume on the pullback. I jumped in here long at 24.75. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. Let me move my face. Hey, where are we at? Here we are, 9:56 a.m. I'm long SPCE at 24.75. Stop loss 24.40 area. Okay, so there we are. All right, then you guys can see I had 10,000 shares. All right, we get this quick little move. We break up through the high of the day. I take my first piece of profit off the table on the new high, 25.20. We extend from there up to 25.53. My next take profit comes off the table right there. That's the bulk of my position. So 25% of the position, 50% of the position, still holding 2,500 shares. And we get a real nice extension follow through move. And my final take profit was right there at 26.40. I'll take you back to my announcements. I had to break my announcements up into two different, here we go, two different screenshots because we were very active today in chat. But like I said, probably too active because I gave back all these profits. Very stupid of me. But 10:45 a.m., you can see final take profit on space at 26.40. Okay, so there's take 1, take 2, final take 3, and the stock ended up going all the way up. Okay, to right around 28.23. I left. Look how much money I left on the table. Are you kidding? Look at how much money I left on the table on that run. Just imagine. I still pulled out with just this move. I pulled out over $9,000. Imagine if I was able to if I stayed in this trade even longer. Today could have been a really big day, and I'm really disappointed in myself. There was really good action in a lot of different names. I'm disappointed in myself for not being able to really capitalize on this day. But that was the morning long on SPCE. And then here we are going into the bell. We continue higher into the close, and now we're trading a little bit higher from the closing bell. Now after the market's closed, it's 5:40, so we've been closed for an hour and 40 minutes. Things are starting to slow down, but you can still see we extended here in the after hour session. All right, and that's what gives you this huge range breakout candle on SPCE. Heaviest volume the stock has ever traded, biggest range candle the stock has ever traded. And I'm saying, with what I'm seeing in SPCE, it reminds me a lot like Tesla, and we nailed a grand slam monster. Like, I think one of my take profits was at $100 a share on that Tesla short on the day that we caught that swing trade. All right. This was if you guys just go back a couple days ago or 2 weeks ago to the video that I posted about the monster Tesla short, I was short here from like 890, and then I was covering into this big down move. It was just a huge day. The stock fell over 100 points in a single day. So that was just, that's the kind of potential. I'm not saying obviously space can't fall 100 points, but percentage wise, you have a chance of seeing an exhaustion gap up like you did here in Tesla. You have a chance of seeing an exhaustion gap up in space. Now, the only way I'm thinking about shorting space on Tuesday is if I get the exhaustion gap up. If space just opens up and it gaps up like 40, 50 cents, I'm not thinking about shorting it. The stock's got a ton of momentum right now. So you've got to be careful if you're going to short this thing. Make sure to wait for backside weakness. Do not make the mistake that I made in Tesla. I will not make that same mistake again in space. With Tesla, I got short into front side strength, meaning I did not wait for the stock to give me a signal that it had weakened. Okay, I was very stubborn with the short on this day. I went after it a couple times. I got ran over each time and ended up being my worst P&L day in a couple years. When I waited for the crack and I saw a big momentum shift, which happened intraday on this day when we were up at the highs of the day with like a half hour to go, then all of a sudden it just cracked and started to give back a huge chunk of the day. That's when I said, there's my shift of momentum. Now I'll get short and I'll ride the backside weakness. This is what I mean by backside weakness. That is backside weakness. Getting short into this move is getting short into front side strength. Shorting into front side strength means you're getting short as the stock is moving higher. Shorting into backside weakness, it means you're getting short as the stock has cracked, momentum has shifted, and you catch the backside move down. That's what I mean by backside weakness, front side strength. So the only way I'm going to short space on Tuesday, again, markets close Monday, is if we get the exhaustion gap up, and I will wait for the crack, the shift in momentum. I will wait for the backside weakness and then catch that pullback, just like we caught in Tesla. I recommend going back a couple videos ago. I think it's called, Monster Tesla Short, I believe was the title of the video. Go back, check it out. It was a huge win. And I think we might get something similar to that on space if we get the exhaustion gap up. If not, I'm not shorting it. I'm staying away from it until I get that crack and that backside weakness. Okay? So enjoy your Valentine's Day. Have a good weekend, gang. It's a long weekend. Monday, we are off. It's President's Day. Markets are closed. Do some studying. Relax. Spend time with friends, family, but get some studying in. Review your charts. Watch more of my videos. Put in the work. Review your trading journal. Be ready and prepared come Tuesday morning. SPCE will be one of my top stocks on my watch list. Have a great weekend, guys. Tuesdays also TGG Tuesday. The chat room is open for free. Go to truetradinggroup.com, upper right-hand corner. Click on TGG Tuesday. Fill out the form. You'll get an access link that will give you entry into our chat room for free for the day. Come in, check it out, and see how we're going to trade SPCE. Later, guys.